Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. Today I'm going to be adding a recipe for keto peanut butter chocolate cheesecake. This is the dessert I made. I'm trying to show you guys. My camera's up above me. This is the recipe I made for our dessert for Valentine's Day dinner, and it was so perfect and awesome that I absolutely have to capture it in my dessert planner. So let's get started. I'm gonna go to the cakes and frostings section, and I already added New York style cheesecake, and that kind of got us started on a cheesecake kick. So now we're looking for any excuse to make a cheesecake. I don't know when the next one will be, but my husband's birthday, we have a tradition in our house where you get to pick whatever you want for your birthday meal, and he has requested a Black Forest or a German chocolate cheesecake. So I'm going to put this on the front side because it's got a chocolate component. That way I can put another chocolate one on the back. And I'm going to reserve this one for something that doesn't really have chocolate, the back side of this one. So let's get started. Since it's got chocolate, I picked a couple of brown pens for my titles and different things. My typical Frixion color, which is fatter, and then a Frixion fine liner, and I will link these in the description box below. It looks like I got a little bit of nail polish on there. See if we can erase that. I need to decide if I'm going to do keto. I'm not going to do keto. Peanut butter cheesecake seems pretty long, but I think if I write skinny, I can fit it in there. So another trick is using really big capital letters so that you don't need to worry about as much of a space in between your words, because the big capital letters help you differentiate the beginnings and ends of new words. So this piece of cheesecake, this is an eighth of the cheesecake, which is like 9 billion calories. Not that on keto you count calories per se, but this would be a meal in and of itself. This sucker is so heavy. So I typically would cut it in half, but for you guys to see what it looked like, I went ahead and left it. So long story short, this is 16 servings. And then I'm going to get my fine liner. Oh, prep time is about 15 minutes. And then between the crust and the filling, which is 2 separate bakes, it's about 45 minutes, theoretically. And then, so that was all I needed my fat pen for. Then this one is net carbs, which is approximately 6 in a 16th of that. So it's a little bit high, but that's because of the peanut butter and whatnot. So, but this is not an everyday thing. This is definitely for a special occasion. 6 net carbs. Okay, so I've been doing all these recipes, and I have the recipe book, but I don't think I've ever used the recipe book to do a recipe. So I thought, hey, let's see what all is in here. So I need the word crust and 6 ingredients, and then filling and 6 ingredients. So I'm thinking we'll go with like maybe a peachy color to go along with the brown marker against the blue page. So I'm going to take this, and I'm debating, do I want to cut it? I could turn it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'd have filling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll fit. So let's just leave it the way it is, but I want to turn it upside down. There we go. And I'm actually not going to use bullet points for this. So we're going to write crust. And it's almond flour. I like Monkfruit Sweetener, cocoa powder, butter, and egg and vanilla. And then for the filling, let's just do the same thing again. I think I'm going to have to take up 2 lines for this, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, plenty of room. Try to get this lined up with the one up above. So for the filling is basically 3 packages of cream cheese, 24 ounces, a cup of peanut butter, a cup of monk fruit, 3 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, and then an optional component is to chop up some sugar-free peanut butter cups, and I will link a couple different ones that we really love in the description box. SF, I just abbreviated sugar-free because I was running out of room. Alright, so the first thing is to preheat the oven, and I looked through here already. I know there are no long thin stickers like I like to use for preheating the oven. So I am going to pull out my trusty Neon Lights sticker book for a very similar shade to use for that. Here we go. I like this one that says "Don't Forget." It's a slightly different shade, but I think it's going to be far enough away and close enough in color to go ahead and use it. And then to denote the steps, there are some little triangles here that I liked. So I'm going to use these. They're in the right color scheme. And I assume that's what they're for. Just trying to figure out how do I want to place them. That's kind of interesting. I kind of like that. It's unexpected. The first thing you're going to do is line a 9-inch springform pan with parchment paper. Next, you're going to combine the almond flour, the sweetener, and the cocoa powder in a food processor. Basically the dries. Then you're going to mix in the wet, so the melted butter, the egg, and the vanilla. I might run out of room on this one, guys. I have a lot left to go. So the next step is to press this dough into the bottom of the pan, of the 9-inch springform pan, prick with a fork, and bake for about 10 minutes until it's mostly firm, until it's set. And mine did kind of bubble up in the oven, but as it cooled, it lowered back down. Next step is to start the filling. So we're gonna, with a mixer on low speed, we're gonna beat the cream cheese and the sweetener. Once the cream cheese and the sweetener are well combined and nice and fluffy, we're gonna mix everything else in. So the peanut butter, the eggs one at a time, and the vanilla. And then if you're using the peanut butter cups, you're going to fold those in. You're going to chop them and fold them in. You don't want to beat them in with the mixer because that'll break them up too much. And then you're going to transfer it into the springform pan over the cooled crust. And then you're going to bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes or until it's mostly set. And then it's important for a cheesecake like this that you let it cool on the counter and then chill it for 4 hours or overnight. So I'm going to have to continue my steps over the word notes, so I'm just going to white that out and then write right over it. I'm not going to have any room to decorate this at all because I wanted to add a note that, and I don't know if there's a word note here. I could use a heart, except there's only orange. There's not really that peachy color. Why would they do that? Why would they give me every color but the one I'm using? I guess I could use blue. Let's use a blue one to indicate that there's a note here. And the note is basically that you can top it with a drizzle of chocolate or chocolate chips or more chopped peanut butter cups. And that is it. That is literally all I have room for. I said you can top with more chopped peanut butter cups or chocolate chips. I I don't even have room for a yum on here, honestly, and I don't think it needs anything else. I mean, I could try to put some washi tape on there, but this is why I try so hard to find coordinating stickers and different things, because the color combinations act as some decoration, especially on recipes that are this busy, this full. I had to erase my 6 net carbs. I think I might just go ahead and squeeze it in here. It's gonna be ugly, but 6 net so that I can see it. And there we go. I don't know how people use the mini recipe planner. The classic is already less room than I need a lot of times. So here we go. Here is my peanut butter cup. I'm holding it so I can tip it so you can see. You can see right here there are pieces of peanut butter cup that I folded in, showing on this particular piece. There's a couple more over here on this side. Right there's one, if you can see it. So that's about how brown it looked on top. What I did was I sprinkled chocolate chips on here while it was still warm out of the oven, and they kind of melted, and I spread them around, which it was a mistake actually. It made for a very, very hard top. So 2 options there. You can melt your chocolate chips very carefully, 10-15 seconds at a time in the microwave with some butter or some coconut oil, and then drizzle that on top, and that'll soften it up and make it more fudgy rather than rock hard. The other thing I could have done was sprinkled the chocolate chips on top, but not nearly as many, so they didn't merge and melt all together into one solid lump. So if you like the hard chocolate chips, go that route. If you want more of a fudgy, slightly softer kind of a feel like a peanut butter cup fudgy might have, then you can try the ganache route. Either way, it's going to be amazing and delicious and perfect for a special occasion. I hope you like this video. I hope it gets you excited to try putting your recipes in your recipe planner. As you can see, this is a pretty full one, but it can still look fantastic if you just do a little bit of color coordination. Please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.